Alright guys, welcome to this tutorial. My name is Femi Adebayo of Tutor's World Tech and Digitals Limited. Okay, I want to welcome you to this free 3 days website design training that has been packaged to guide you on how you can design a portfolio website. So basically, this is just an overview and an introduction to what we have for you. So uh, today we are going to be looking at the introduction to the course itself. We are going to talk about what web design is, portfolio website, why you should have a portfolio website, some basic terminologies that you should know. Then we are going to do some few installations and we are going to make some designs. Then tomorrow, which is the next training, we are going to move more into designing more proper. And lastly, on the last day, we are going to talk about how you can set backup for your website, set up one Signal account, the chatbot, the Google Analytics as well, how to make your website appear on Google. So it's a very robust course and it's a full course and it's absolutely free. So I want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy yourself even as we go on. And I will appreciate if you can subscribe to this channel, to this our YouTube channel, so that you can always get content of website design relating to website and how to make your website better. Also, I will appreciate if you can give this video a thumbs up. If you can like the video itself, it's going to help our algorithm. So I believe by now you should have something like this to design, which is a sample that we have given onto you, a subdomain that we have given onto you to practice for the space of this, or what's it called, for like 2 weeks, so that you can master what it is. Then after you have gotten everything you need to know, then we can now talk about how you can migrate it to your own website. So basically, let's just talk about what web design is first. So when we talk about web design, it's basically your ability to mix colors, text, pictures, buttons together and make it responsive in a beautiful manner. For example, let me show you a sample. This is a sample website. It's loading. Okay, so we have this. Now you can see basically what makes up this whole website. We have colors, the green, black, white. We have button. This is a button. What's the call? We have texts. We have pictures. So basically that's what makes up web design, your ability to just these are pictures. This is what we call the flip box. um, so I can show you how to design this. I pray I remember how to add this. So what's it called, you can see these are what makes up um, a website up. And now, before you can have a website, you must have a hosting and domain. I'll talk much more about that when I get to this basic concept. So let's just talk about portfolio websites. Portfolio website basically are websites that are designed to talk about you, about your portfolio, your offices, what you have done, just more like your CV. Talks about you, your purpose, why you are here, what you are doing, your services, the services you render, and all that. So basically, it's good for professionals. It's good for those who have a specific skills that they are rendering maybe more likely virtual skills. So let me just go, let's say downlock. Let's look for downlock.com. That's it's, I believe you should know him, and if you don't know him, um, it's not a big deal. So this is a website about Dan Lok. You know, basically it talks about him and it talks about his business, his organization, our culture, his story, his team, and all that. So portfolio websites are basically just for you and you, like just talking about you and all that. So let's just see another person, Alex Catoni. She's a copywriter. She's one of the people I follow, and you can see the right phrase please you have an introduction about Alex, and basically when you come to this website you can easily at least have a good knowledge of who this person is and what he or she offers. So that's basically what portfolio websites are just for. They tell people about you, what you do, how you do it, and how you do your things. You understand? For example, looking at this Dunlop website now, you can see you can see that he runs a blog. Katoni too runs a blog. That means a talk. So basically, I'm going to show you how you can have a blog on your website too. But this what's it called now? He has a shop. That means he sells good. Let me open this in a new tab for you to see. He sells products. If we have time, also I will show you how you can also sell products on your website as well. So you can see these are what it sells and all that, and how you can shop and what's it called now, and make money on your website. So if you look at this is another website entirely. This is danlockshop.com, but the normal website we're using is danlock.com. That means he just entered the link here, linking his other website on the same website that he has. So that's how beautiful portfolio websites can be. You can link your other websites with it such that it directs your people, I mean your audience, to your other website easily without even knowing. You understand now? If not for the fact that I'm observant about that, I won't even know that this is another website we are on entirely. So let's just have that, and let's go back to what we have. So why should you have portfolio website? It allows clients to easily access you. That's just it. I don't need to call Dunlop now. I, at least from his website here, I can connect with him. There was a time that a friend of mine, she was chatting with me. She was just like, oh, she had an issue, and what's it called? Her phone was not with her, and all she just had to do was borrow someone's phone. And in borrowing someone's phone, when she borrowed someone's phone, she went to my website and through the contacted me through WhatsApp. So that's just, it makes it easier for people to access you. They can easily know more about you. Then it helps to satisfy your expertise. So it gives your audience at least some level of confidence about you, reading about you and about what you do. They believe that yes, you can do it, especially when they even see testimonials from others. Say, for example, you can see testimonials from people who are saying positive things about you and about your work and all that. So it makes it easier for people to easily trust you and to believe that yes, you are an expert in the field that you said you are. So that's one of the reason for that. This is my own website, and you can see she just clicked on this button and she was able to contact me. So, uh, what's it called again? Let's just have another thing is that it helps you to narrow your niche. So you can anytime you can come to this, you can easily tell that this person is a salesperson with copywriting, sales and all that, wealth into business, social media marketing. You can easily define their niches. You understand? Alex Catoni, copywriting, nothing else. You understand? So easily people can easily know your niche. You understand? So they easily know what you are into and whether you are for them or not. Then it helps clients to know you better. Talked about that. I don't want to waste too much time so that uh, time and all that. So okay, now I mentioned that before you can own a website, you need to have a domain or and hosting. The domain is actually the name of your website. For example, this is danlock.com. That's his domain, and it's like your house address. So it's like your house address. It directs people to where you are online. So for example, no other person in the world can claim this download.com as long as it is active. So it belongs to him. So no other person can take this alexcotoni.com. This is mine, femialibayo.com.ng. No other person can take it as long as what's it called, it's active. So it's just um, it's just that. So that's what domains are. Now, what do we mean by subdomain? Subdomain are just like is it's more like a small account. You understand now? Whatever your domain can do, a subdomain can do it too. But for example, this is a subdomain now. You see that the main domain is demosite.com.ng, but you now have portfolio.demosite.com.ng. So that means that I was actually trying to tell anybody that this is a portfolio website. It could be anything. Maybe for example, let's say dangote.com and he wants to build a sugar website, I can say sugar.dangote.com. So it just helps to tell more about your website and all that. So download could as well have had shop shop.download.com. So but it's just the same way. That's what subdomains are. Hosting is your online space. That means all these pictures you are seeing, hosting is just like your memory card. All these pictures, all this text, everything you are seeing on this website now, all this magic you are seeing has a space that is stored online, and that's your hosting. So hosting is just that's what hosting means, your space online. So the fact that it's a space means that it can get full, and that's one of the reasons why you see this person having more than one website, so that there could be enough space, breathing space for each of the websites to avoid them getting slow and all that. So those are those are part of. I'm not saying hosting is the only reason why it could be that, you understand. So um there are so many reasons why you can choose to have more than one website, and of course, hosting is one of it, and speed and speed. Then the next thing I want to talk about is your secure socket layer, which is this padlock you see here. You can see it says this website is secure. Now, not all websites carry this padlock. You understand? It's called this padlock is what is called secured socket layer, and most time it's not always free. Yes, it's being paid for. You understand now? Connection is secured. Connection is secured. Now, what happens if connection is not secure? Let me just look for websites. Website without HTTPS. So, what happens if connection is not secured? You can see this. It says not secured and that you should not enter any sensitive information. So, for example, if you sell anything and you want to enter your ATM details, a browser like Chrome will alert you, please do not enter any sensitive information, including your cards. You understand? Including your ATM cards. It can be stolen by attackers. So that's what that padlock does. It helps to encrypt your data and every data of your website and prevent it from hackers from allowing them to be using them for fraudulent purposes. So definitely you should this should be on the on your what's it called on your website, and if it's not on it, notify us so that we can help you set it up. But we initially we set it up for every website. So so that's what SSL are for. It helps to encrypt your data. SSL simply means secure socket layer. Then another thing you need to also know is what we call search engine optimization. We're going to talk more about that on the third day, which is how you can make your website appear on Google. For example, let's say Techie Harvey. So Techie Harvey was one of the websites I worked on for a client. So and so Techie Harvey, this is the website, and you can see it's appeared here on Google. Okay, so let's say I'm coming how I got to Lagos by Femi Adebayo. You can see this is my own website. You understand now? And so that's basically what SEO is. So it helps you to appear on Google. That's one of the things that you're going to learn. It's called search engine optimization. So to the big business of the day, which is WordPress. WordPress is the platform we are going to be using to be building our websites, and it's a content management system. So it means that the websites are going to be built without any knowledge of coding. You understand now? So and so it's a big business. For example, this Danlock website now should be. Let me check what WordPress start. So let's see this Danlock website. I'm going to copy its link, and I'm entering his details. Now you can see this Danlock website is built with WordPress. Yes, this is one of the ways you can know how a website is built with WordPress. For those of you in Nigeria, you know MTN website as MTN Online. MTN website is built with WordPress. So that's how big it is. First Bank websites built with First Bank website is built with WordPress. Copy link. You can see MTN website. These are the details about the website. So that's how big WordPress could be. It's a very, very big content management system. You can see. So it's built, all these websites you are seeing, they are built with WordPress, and it shows how reputable they are. So it's the same platform we also are going to be using to build our portfolio website. So Having said that, we should I'm just going to tell you from this there are two views to a website. There are two set of views to a website. We have the front end view and we have the back end view. The back end view is where all the rough work is done, and the front end view is where it appears, which is this one. So the back end view, you are only the admin is accessible to it, but the back end view, the front end view is accessible to all. So for this, I want to show you how to log into your back end view so that we can start working. I'm going to copy this what's it called now, this my link, and I'm going to open a new tab. Once I'm opening a new tab, I'm going to paste and I'm going to put slash login. So that's how you can always log in to the backend view of your website. By now, it's going to ask you for username and password. You should have a username and password that has been given to you from when we created an account for you. So enter those username and password here and log in. So once you log in, you should have something like this. Welcome to WordPress. So this is the backend view. This is where everything that is happening here. If you refresh this page, you should have this kind of bar here showing that you have logged into this website as an admin. So now this back end, this is what's it called now? You should have this as your backend view. This is your backend view, and this is your front end view. So welcome to WordPress. Now, having known that, what are themes? Themes are just like the skin of your website. They are the determinants of the skin of your website. For example, this is a theme that is here that's making it to look like this. But for the sake of this tutorial, the theme we are going to be using is called Cadence. So, but before we go into that themes, I quickly want to adjust some basic settings that you should not miss. So number one, just come to settings. Let's just say settings and click on general. Now you have to give your site a title. Let's just say my site is Femi Adebayo. You understand? Give it a title, then be your favorite, whatever. Mine is impacting lives till my final breath. So don't please don't try to outsmart. Don't think you can outsmart by trying to remove this demo site and now so that the domain could be yours. It doesn't work that way. You should try it. Your website is going to go offline, and if you call me, I'm not going to answer you. We've had issues like that in previous times where we give subdomains to people, and instead of them to just appreciate the fact that we give them for free and practice like that, then they begin to try to manipulate it so that they could have access to it as their full domain. It doesn't work that way. If you lose access to it, I'm not going to answer you. I've said that now. So don't touch with these two. You don't have any business there. So membership, we are creating a portfolio website, so we don't need anyone to register. So we leave that. We leave that. Our time zone, if you are in Nigeria, UTC +1. Whatever country you are in, just check Nigeria, check your time zone, UTC time zone. So ours is +1 in Nigeria. Check for your country. So our week starts on Sunday, and I'll save changes. So now that that is set, you want to go to your let's just say writing first. So we don't have much settings here until I'll come back here later. I'll also come back here later. But come to this permalinks and please change it to post name. It's going to help your SEO. So change that to post name and click on save changes. Then the last thing that I want to do, that I want you to do, remember that when we're giving you password, we just give you a random password and all that. So I want you to change that password to your desired password. So just come to this user profile. So profile, me, I like midnight. I wanted to, it's just changing the outlook of this. And I don't want my tutorial 1995 to be showing here because very soon when I begin to make posts, it's going to be showing that tutorial 1995 is made post. So I want to put my name here. So you can put whatever you like, you can fill these details and all that. And I want my display name to be Femi Adebayo. So what's it called? Now if you want to set new password, click on set new password. I'm going to hide that. So enter the new password you want. Enter the new password and update profile. So that's how you set your new password. If you refresh this page now, you notice that this has changed to Femi Adebayo, which is our site title. So now let's go to where we were, which is to installing our theme. So we said the theme we are going to be using for this tutorial is called Cadence, and in order to do that, come to appearance, themes. So you can see that this is the current theme that it's in there, and so I don't need these themes. I'm going to delete them soon. Let me just click on it, then delete. Okay, delete. Okay, so I want to add new, and I want to search for Cadence. So I'm going to install, and I'm going to activate. So that's how you install a theme. And if you refresh this page, just like I told you, themes are the one that determine the skin of your website. You can see that everything about the website has changed. So that's what themes do. They determine the skin of your website. So now that we have that, um, okay, I want to click on install starter template. One of the reasons why I love Cadence is because it has templates. As a beginner, it has, you can see down this post is said by Femi Adebayo. Assuming we have not changed this, assuming it was still tutorial whatever, it's going to be by tutorial. So now it's because this website, this what's it called, this theme comes with some starter templates, and those starter templates are like a fully designed website that you just need to like work on and add some few adjustments to make it like look perfect. So now I'm going to, at this stage, I'm going to talk about what we mean by page builders before talking about plugins. So when you are designing a website, you need, from the name page builder, you need something called a page builder. And for this team only works with two page builders, which are Gutenberg and Elementor. So you have to decide on time which of the page builders you'll be using for your design. For us, it's going to be Elementor, and once you are choosing one, you can't like use like two page builders to be designing pages, a particular page. Once you choose one, that's it, that's the one you are choosing. Now you can see that the templates changed when I selected it. So for example, if you had installed a template from here and you are trying to edit it with Elementor, it's not going to work well. So I'm going to select Elementor and let's just use this template. And so we have this template. I'm looking for, let's say, the color that looks, I think this looks cool. So let's go with this color. So it has some required plugins. Now, what do we mean by plugins? Plugins are like they are like the applications on your phone. It helps your website to perform some extra functionalities. For example, this bot that you are seeing, and naturally you see that it, this website didn't even come with a bot. You can see it, but it is the help of a plugin. Once you install the plugin and make the settings, it begins to work there. So this one you are seeing here is another plugin. You understand? It helps to notify. This is what we call one signal. It helps to notify your audience anytime you make blog posts. So that one I'll show you on the third day, which is how to set up one signal and all that. So what's it called? Let's just go back to plugins. So they are like plugins are like applications on your phone. So I'm going to import and I want to skip and start importing. So what it does is that it's going to help us to install those plugins, and from there we can now continue looking into our website. So let's just wait for it. Wait for your, what's it called, your templates to install. So now you can see it saying finished, view your site. Let's just refresh the page and voila, you can see that we have like a fully designed website here already, and this looks more like a portfolio template. That's why I just allowed, I said we should go with this. So what's it called, you can see that this is a template on its own now, and this on the normal ground, this is like a fully designed responsive website. This is your about, and it talks about us, and you understand, blah 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 and all that. So it's a fully designed website. So I'm just going to go back to the home, and now let's see what other things that we have for this. I've talked about plugins, and so the important pages for your, what's it called, your portfolio website. You should have the home page, which is this page. The home page introduces, it's as a welcoming page. Then what's it called, you should have, you should have your about you. People should know about you. You should have your contact, and you should have your blog. The blog is optional, though. If you want to be writing, you can include blog. You can have shop too, just like Dan Look. You can have shop. If I'm chanced, if the video won't be too long, I mean, in our next class, that's tomorrow's class, I'll try to see if I can input how you can design a shop into your website where you can sell your products. That's if you have, because not everyone has products that they are trying to sell and all that. And we'll just see what we can do about it. So we have this now, and so those are the important things. Then you also notice that each one of them has social media icons that with one click you can easily reach then you can see that now. So I'm going to also show you how you can input all that in your website. So on your website rather. So I'm just still going to click to this dashboard, and the last thing we want to do for this class is how you can design your header, which is your header is the hopper. Like a page is like divided into three segments. We have the header, then we have the page itself, then we have the footer. This is the footer of this website now. So anywhere you go, for example, if you go to blog page, this downloads blog page, you see that it has the header, which is the same header we used to have, has the header, and at the same time it has a footer. So those two things, they don't change. So it's the in between, the pages in between, that changes. You understand now? So that's what that's what uh, those ones are for. So we want to look at how we can design the header for this website so that it can also look good, at least to some extent. So let's look at how we can design our header to make this much more better to our taste. So let's see if we can design it something similar to what we have here. Let's just design this one line. So let's do a line, this line, then this upper line. So I'm going to come to, it's two ways you can reach there. You can just come directly to customize here and click on it. I just want to open it in a new tab because I like to always ensure that what I'm doing is corresponding, like to always check. So, and you could also come to appearance, then click on customize it. You are still going to land on this same page. So now the first thing I would like to show you is that let's just start with the header first. So now that we have the header, we have this header. You can see this header is in 3 columns. You can see that, and what we want to do, let me just bring this, let's leave it there. We want to have our logo, we want to have the pages, then we want to have a button. This is shop. Then we want to have our social media icon. It's just a very simple what's it called, header. So the first thing I want to do is I want to have my logo. I don't really have a logo now, but let me just go through let's just see what we can grab from laptop, business resources. Let's see. Okay, let's use this, my business logo, then select. Then for your logo, always ensure your logo should be rectangular in shape. So this is now, it should be giving me to crop. So always ensure your logo is rectangular in shape, because logo what's it called now, they have to be rectangular. This is too big, that's not what I'm looking for. I need to crop that image. That image needs to be cropped. So I'm looking for the cropping line. Where is it here? It is too white that I can't see it. I'm not seeing the cropping line. Let me show you what I'm trying to say now. This is something I'm looking for. It should have something like this. I'm not seeing it now. I think is this too white that I can't see it? It shouldn't. Let me upload it again. I can't see this. Okay, so guys, I've been able to do that, and what I did was just I removed the background, go to remove PG. So I removed the background, and this is the removed background version. So once I inserted it, it automatically, what's it called, brought out the logo. So now I just want to have the logo this way. Then I click on crop image. So that's how you have your logo. You may not see it, but it's there. So I'm just going to increase this now. I'm going to put it about 150. So we have that. And another thing that I did was that I changed this to logo alone. So now, of course, you can see that this is not totally good. So, but before I go to the background settings, I want to set the site icon. What do you mean by site icon? You can see this kind of image here. That's site icon. You can see download here. That's what we mean by site icon. Alex Catoni. Understand? But ours doesn't have one. So let's just put the is image there as our site icon. So I still want it to move closer. I think it's much more better now. Let me still. Okay, so after setting that, you notice that our own site icon too is changing. So I'm just going to click on publish. Example, next thing, if you refresh this page now, you notice that there are some changes. Number one, and then number two, our site icon has changed. So now I want to go to the settings of this. So I'm going to header, and you can see this main row. I'm clicking on the settings button here. That means I'm clicking on the all settings for this main row. This setting here means just for logo setting alone. This setting here means for primary navigation alone. So what I want to do for the whole entire row, so I want to put the background, main background color, I want it to be white. Now you can see it's white, but you're not seeing the white there. Then when transparent, because it's in transparent view, when transparent, it's in white, and you can see that we have the white here now. So I'm going to work more on this header. I'm going to make it header. The logo, I want to increase it to general. Let me just increase it to 170 so it can be more visible. Let's put it in 200 and let's see. So the what's it called? They removed the background remover affected its quality, so that's why it's a bit blur here for me around there. But on a normal ground without removing its background, it ought to, or what's it called, the picture ought to crop. I don't know why it's not cropping this time around. So but now it's cropping, you can see now. So without removing its background it should crop. Might be some just delay or something like that I was causing it the other time. So this is much more better than when it is removed. So let's see what this brings now. You can see this is much more better now. Now you can see that our navigation is off because it's white in color. So I want to edit this design, and I want to navigation colors. I want it to be, let's just have it as blue. I think it's okay this way. Then when it's over, when you over on it, that's when you put your cursor. You can see it's changing to white. I still want it to be blue. Then the active one, let's just have it as black, such that the one that we are on is going to be black. So I'm going to publish this. Don't forget we are working on how to what's it called, I'm going to refresh this page now to design our header. So we have this now of course. Now let me show you where you can set these settings, because on a normal ground the sample one we have blah 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 blah, but I don't really want it to be arranged in this form. I want it to be arranged in a kind of home and all that. Then secondly, this is in kind of middle, so let me just put this from here to middle. So just drag and put it in the middle. So you can see that's how we can set that. Anytime you are working, just be clicking on publish. Now that we have published that, I want to show you how you can go through what you can edit these items here. So coming to appearance, you see menus, click on menu. So this is some, now you can see we have some menu set up here before, but the menu is not appearing here because we are yet to set it. So we are going to set this to primary menu, and I'm going to save. So and you refresh, you can see we have home. You can see this one is in black color now because we set our active color to be black. It's the active means that the page that is active currently. So if I'm on about page, it helps you to know what page you are on. If I'm on about page, you can see it's only about that is black. So just going to go back to home. So we have this portfolio and all that. So let me just now you can say, well, dance what's it called, dance website, the headers are in capital letter. So if you want to make yours capital letter, so it's optional, you can just come here, just type them in capital letter, you understand, and once you just type it, let's just say about, and let me just click on this tool for you to see and save. I've saved that, so I'm going to refresh this page to see the difference. You can see that the two of them are changed to home, about, and all that in capital letters. So, but I don't want that. So I just want to have it as the usual. So, and about. So I'm going to save back. Then, what else do we notice that we said we can work on? The shop. Want to have a shop there. Then, what if you created a new page and you want to add those pages? Here you can add page. Then, oh, if you look at this Alex Cartoni website, see work with Alex, it actually scrolls down on the same page. Now, I'm going to show you this maybe tomorrow when we have worked on designing our page. So let me just include, it's called anchor link. So let me just include it, setting anchor links. So I'm going to include it as part of tomorrow's class and all that. So we want to refresh this page to see our current status. So we have that. Now that we have that, so if you want to add a new page, maybe your page, by tomorrow I should also show you that when there's a need for shop and all that. So um then this I want to rearrange. I want it to be home, blog, about. So I want to rearrange this. I'm going to drag the blog up, then blog, about, portfolio is doing well this way. So I just want to have that, and I have them refreshed. So the last segment here, which is to include the shop, then I come to this customize, which is where we are doing the major work. Then I want to click on this plus. Okay, let me just click on it. So I click on let's look for cards. Coming to header, general. Okay. Okay, the reason why we don't have cards here is because we have not installed the plugin that will help us to sell, or what's it called, to sell stuffs on our what's it called now, on our. Okay, let's just have it as shop then. So let's just have a normal button. I want it to be here, and I'm going to edit the button and have it as shop. Then the URL, for now let's leave it without a URL because we are yet to create the shop page. So what else do we want to work on? Design, want it, let's see, medium, large. I think this medium looks good. Then the color. So the colors, I want it to, what's it called? General for the button. I want it to be in outlined form. And who do you want to see the button? Everyone. So the outline, what's it called? Color. This is what we call outline. Something like this. So then the outline color, the border, I want it to be blue, which is what we so we select the kind of border that we want. We can put this there, or you can decide the kind of border you want. It's at your own choice. So, but I think this is fair. You can increase. You can what's it called? If you like, you can put this. I think this is kind of cool. So I have that as my shop, and now that we had that, next thing, let's just come back and refresh our page. Now we can see how it looks like. So we have this shop, blah blah blah, and all that. So next thing, the last thing, I think the last thing we're here to do, we've done this, then we've done this. We want to include our social media icon. So, and please, at this point, let me tell you, this is not is only peculiar to this theme. So for example, the customize for every other theme is different from each other. So don't say you want to use the knowledge of this for another theme. It's different. So this is the way this theme is designed. So you need to have knowledge of how each theme header and footer works. So now that we have that, we can see, let's see what we have for download and see, okay, we are using, let's just say we are using the color blue as its own background, because so we are using the top background row, let's use it as blue, and this transparent, let's use it as blue. So then another thing is I want it to be the styling, I want it to be um I want it to be, where are they? I'm clicking on this now. I want to edit the buttons, so I want it to be outline as well. Then after that, you want to use brand color. If you want to use brand color, you see that it changes to their colors. You can see Facebook, but this is not a good color on that, so I don't want to use brand colors. I want to use default color, and the color I want, let me use white. Looks better. So this is when you hover over them, white. So now we can see that this is looking beautiful already. I mean, these two segments that we have done, and if you want them to have borders, I don't want them to have borders. If you want them to have borders, you can put borders around it just the same way we did just now. So what if you want to add more than that? Come to general, add social. So I'm going to add phone, but I want the phone icon to be this. So that you can add as many as you want and all that. Then the next thing is you want to set the social link. So for Facebook, this is where you set all the links and all that. So this is where you set all the links of Facebook. You have your own Facebook. Let's just put Facebook user, facebook.com, face.com. Understand though, because we don't have, let's just say twitter.com too. Let's assume that that's your link. So I'm going to also put for Instagram, for WhatsApp, since I this WhatsApp, but this is WhatsApp.com. So that's me slash plus two plus 2348161849949. That's my contact. Then I want to add Instagram. You understand now? Then the phone, add the phone too because it takes them directly to call you. 08161849949. So if you have a particular what's it called social media that is not here yet and you want to put in that, you also put that there. So now that we have that, I want to add Instagram to it. So I'm going to click on this my what's it called? I there. So I want to add WhatsApp. This is WhatsApp. So I want it to be here. Then so I refresh this page. Now you can see how beautiful this is looking from onset. So we can have this now. So if I right click on this and open this in a new tab, you can see it takes just to Facebook directly. So that's how people can contact you. You input your what's it called? Your you can see can you make a call from this is my phone and all that. So but now two things I want to do. First is that I want let me see, you can see this Alex Catonian website. The header as I'm scrolling the header sticks. But mine as I'm scrolling it's not. It's not compulsory but I just love it. Like you can see download is not using. So it's not compulsory but I want it, I like it. So I'm just going to come to header, sticky header, and I'm going to enable yes only for main row, that is just this row. So only for this row. So this is the main row. Then for mobile phone I also want it to be only the main row. Then I click on publish. So we have not yet, the second thing I want to talk about is the mobile. We know we have only been working on desktop view since we have not even touched the mobile, but you can see how the mobile is looking like. It's not yet looking like it. So let's refresh this page now. Refreshing this page, you can see that as we are scrolling, this goes in, but this stays. So that's how we can do that. So now that we have that done, let's look at our mobile, what's it called now? Our mobile what's it called? Mobile view. So the trigger, this is the mobile. If you want to change it to mobile, you can change from here. But here I'm going to put, so first thing is the mobile logo. The mobile logo, I want it to be the logo. So it kind of looks big to me. Then when you are working on this logo, please just be confirming on your phone because sometimes this is a laptop, it's not showing the full mobile. Sometimes this might be smaller, this screen is smaller than the way it is on your mobile. So I'm just checking on my phone. So I'm checking it on my mobile. I think this header is too big, not too big, it's considerably okay. but I want to reduce it a bit. So I'm going to come to general. I'm going to put it in just say 170 and publish. Then it's much better here. If you refresh this on, it should not affect this. Let me go back to check what's going on. Oh, now I have seen what happened. This should be 200 publish. Now you can see that this is still set to desktop. That's why you see that it's affected this. This is back, but I want it to be set to phone. So change it to phone. Now that it's changed to phone, let's just put it in 170. 170. So now that I set 170, it looks perfect. Now it looks perfect for me, and if we refresh this, you can see that nothing happens to our header. It's still in the same format. And our trigger, I want to work on it. I want it to be like this. Then design, I want it to carry the blue. Navigation color, trigger color is blue. And this blue. So I'm going to click on publish, and it's already blue. You are not seeing it here. I wish I can show you, but it's not appearing, but it has appeared. The trigger is you can see it's the one at this side. Okay, let's change this to tablet and so that you can see it. Yeah, this is the trigger. Now it's blue now. So another thing, looking at this, I want to make this background blue. So I'm going to come back to drawer container options. Then I want the design background, pop-up background. Let's make it blue. Then I think that's okay, but this is not okay. That's the active button. So if that's active button, that means it should be under menu, trigger, then what's it called, design. This is trigger. So okay, so I'm going to come to mobile navigation design. The colors is white, then the active, let's see how blacks look like. No, it's not good. White, let's just have it like that. So, and we'll publish. So also when they say the divider, that's this line you are seeing. You can increase it, you can see how it looks when you increase, but let's just leave it at that. 1, let's make it 2. So publish. Then this is the draw, that's that. So basically you can see that we have a beautiful website. You can see that as we are drawing down, it's not coming down. So I want to add social icons, and let me quickly do the editing for this one. The background, we have that already. So the general, we want it to be for the that means this is the social now. I want it to be outline, and I want you to choose. I want to choose their colors. Colors white over white. Then so you now pick the we have WhatsApp and we have phone. You just okay, this is phone. So I want this phone to be this. I love this. I prefer this. So now, then I also want this WhatsApp. Okay, let's just have it. So now we have this. You can see when we are scrolling down, this stays, and that's the way it's going to appear on tablet is the same way it's going to appear on your phone. You understand now? So if you scroll for phone too, you can see. Let me refresh. Refreshing looks beautiful on phone, and scrolling down that stays alone. So that's just it. That's how you can work on your header. So like we have this the shop, this and all that for header. We also have this. So that's how you can build an header for yourself. So in our class tomorrow, we are going to look into how we can design the pages of your website. I'll just show you around the basic things that we want to do, how we can edit this, and how we can change them to something looking like ours. Now we can do some what's it called now? So add some other things. So thank you for your time, and I'll see you in next class. Once again, my name is Femi Adebayo. Bye.